Welcome to Real Redux, the movie podcast where me and my dad revisit cult, classic and genre films and talk through what works, what doesn't, and why they still matter, at least to us. So today we are looking at...
Today's film is Dark Angel, 1990s film starring Dolph Lundgren, amongst other people.
Yeah, so the sort of DVD case blurb or the little letterbox description for this one. Jack Kane is a Houston cop who's forgotten the rule book. His self-appointed mission is to stop the drugs trade and the number one supplier, Victor Manning.
Yes.
While involved in an undercover operation to entrap Manning, his partner is killed and a sinister newcomer enters the scene.
Yeah. I think there's another title for this film, I believe, isn't there?
There is. It was watched by both of us on Amazon Prime under the title Dark Angel, which was the original 1990 release title. It re-released, I think, under the title I Come in Peace, the much better title I Come in Peace, which is the... He says it very quietly. That's what the alien...
Yeah. I think there was an issue with that. There were other movies with the name "I Come in Peace" either in the title or something, and they had a bit of an issue using that as the full title. But yeah, as I say, if you watch the movie, it'll all become clear.
Yeah, so it starts as straight to DVD generic sort of action buddy cop fodder.
Yeah,
but I would be lying if I said I didn't get into this one.
Yeah.
And it turns into something that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I totally agree. I rated it highly. In fact, much more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. And so many different elements. Just when you think it's getting a bit samey and a bit boring, they bring in some guys from outer space, essentially.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it starts, the initial scene with Manning and the undercover cop is your really standard undercover cop getting busted, shootout fair in a bar. Lundgren is too busy being a good cop and picking up someone else, and his buddy dies, basically.
Oh, it's the dead partner scenario.
The dead partner
it?
scenario.
Yeah.
So he gets a new partner.
What a surprise.
And obviously...
and they don't get on.
And they don't get on. And obviously... Lundgren doesn't play by the rules.
No.
And the new partner is the rules.
That's a pretty good way of describing him, isn't it? Yeah.
I've got to say, the new partner, so Lundgren obviously plays Jack Kane, the lead. The new partner, who is played by Brian Benben,
Yeah.
someone I've never heard of. I think he was a TV guy more than a film guy.
Yeah.
When he first came in, I really hated him.
Yeah.
I thought he was awful. He was hamming it up. By 45 minutes in, he was arguably my favourite character.
Yeah, there were some great one-liners, and I think
they really clicked.
They did, and I think Dolph Lundgren's performance in this is surprisingly good. And
liked it.
The sort of one-liners that they have between them, and some of the funny little quips and things, they really work, and they make the chemistry between the two quite believable, and you actually want to see what he's going to say next and how he's going to sort of pick up on him, and they do sort of rib each other all the way through, but that keeps it alive, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I've got to say I've watched quite a bit of Lundgren's work in the last year.
Yeah.
This, I don't think is one of his better showings, but I think he's criminally underrated. He is far from the sort of action star that can't act. That he's not in that box that he gets chucked in with Van Damme, Seagal, etc.
Yeah,
he can actually act, and even though this isn't one of his best, I think he's good enough here. He certainly plays the character well.
There is more depth to his character because he goes back to his nice apartment and he's drinking wine and he's a bit sort of cultured.
Yeah,
and,
I think that's
even his partner seems to think he's. It's a bit of an enigma, a bit of a surprise.
I think they're still. I think at this point they don't know what to do with Lundgren, Hollywood, or any production companies.
No.
He's off the back of The Punisher, which I really like.
Yeah, I like that.
A lot of people don't like that. I think he's great, and I think that's a great film.
Yeah,
he's obviously most famous, probably still for Rocky IV.
Yeah.
So he's off the back of that. He's off. He did a He-Man. He played the lead in a He-Man film.
Yeah.
And Red Scorpion Dystopian, where he plays a sort of a Russian soldier who's rebelled against the USSR.
Yeah. But again, the pattern there is, it's a bit like the Arnie thing, isn't it? You know, he's a big guy, he's a fit guy, he's a sporty guy, and he pulls the crowds in. People want to see Dolph Lundgren beat people up. Yeah.
And at this point, I think they're plugging him into different roles and trying to work out where he fits.
I think so. I think he's trying to find where he fits. He wants to act, and he has the capability. He just needs a decent script and a decent story. And there is a story here, although it's a bit mad.
I think he probably could have had a better career as an actor, but he knew the money was in what he went on to do and sort of straight to DVD action stuff. Yeah. But there's no doubt he's an underrated actor. In this, he is that nice early period where he is still acting. He's not just a tough guy. You don't know that he's going to beat up the crazy alien at the end.
Although he's in terms of stature, he towers above his partner.
He does.
Doesn't he?
Again, Ben he could not be further away.
I think it's a deliberate.
It's a deliberate choice to make him
tie and 4 foot tall versus it's very visually striking that they've played on that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's loads and loads of stuff that this sort of riffs from in terms of its inspiration. You know, it was very much in the middle of that buddy cop era.
Yep.
When everyone was churning out buddy cop movies. It also cashes in on that Terminator kind of vibe that everyone went crazy for.
I agree. And the music, although it's Jan Hammer, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But you heard the sort of like clanging sort of Terminator vibes, and when they're running, sort of shooting at the same time with a lot of an action, it really did look and feel a lot like that. Yeah,
it's a remarkably good movie for what it is, and that is basically a rip-off of a lot of different movies.
Yeah, I think it stood. It held its own, though. I thought it was.
I think it's unique enough that there's still interest there. The actual plot point regarding the alien takes a little bit of working out because he's coming down to Earth to steal heroin.
Yes.
Because he needs it on his planet.
Yeah. I was trying to work that bit out with his little gauge and his little probe thing.
He's stealing endorphins from people, I think.
Well, it's like a life force thing, isn't it? And, and then I must admit, though, that little circular weapon thing, that was really cool.
That was cool, and they stuck with that as well.
They did.
It plays its part throughout the whole film, and I was delighted when they reinvestigate the crime scene and find it, and it was sort of still alive.
Yeah.
And they took it to that scientist fella who magnetised it, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. That reminded me a bit of the Predator, where they find the bit of the trident stuck in the top bit of the building, and they're just trying to identify what on earth have we got here, and this tech is just beyond anything we've ever seen before.
Yeah.
And I found that really quite interesting. But it basically looked like a CD mini disc, didn't it, that would chop you out?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Which is... Yeah, so
it reminded me as well the dynamic, although not a little bit more extreme. It was very much like Lethal Weapon.
Yes,
where you've got the sort of by the book guy
and then
again,
the one who's totally
crazy off the wall guy.
Yeah.
But they make the gap even wider in, like you say, in the stature of the two men, and in the end, what I liked was, and when I started to like Ben when. Lundgren goes totally off piste and chases the alien theory.
Right.
He sort of goes for it. He ditches his by the book mantra.
Yeah.
Because he's seen it and he's going to go with what he's seen.
But you're waiting for him to evolve into that character, aren't you? And it's like most of these films where he finally throws the rule book away and decides he's going to, be himself. Well, be somebody else, but actually be a little bit more sort of avant-garde and do his own thing. And you're glad he can actually do it, and that makes the film more enjoyable.
I also like the fact that they acknowledged they couldn't just go and tell the police chief there was an alien stealing heroin.
Well, it's a difficult one to explain, and
that's very easy for a writer to just roll with it and assume everyone just accepts the facts.
Imagine seeing the script of that. Okay, so what's happening now? So this guy's from where? And he's doing what?
Well, and we've not even touched on, obviously, the main alien who he looks a bit like the chap from Harry Potter, Malfoy's dad.
yeah, somewhere between him and Rutger Hauer in Blade Runner, I think.
With awful cataracts in his eyes.
He has. Yeah, it's surprising he can see where he's going.
And then of course the good alien comes down to Earth to chase him.
Yeah. And that's a little bit. I tell you what, when they arrive and there's those big sort of circles burnt out, and it's a bit like Terminator when they arrive through the time portal, and they come through suitably attired in all the sort of like Mad Max gear and all that, and then there's a big hole where they burnt through into this time frame. And you could just. You could just tell they were trying to just run with that and just get a bit of a parallel.
Cram as much sort of hit sci-fi in as they could without losing the buddy cop.
But that's why it was good, because it had those references and I started off thinking, am I going to get bored with this? Have I seen all this before? And the answer is
I thought
no.
the same. And it goes in a different direction.
Totally, yeah. So I was good. I mean, there was some interesting facts in the movie. Was it? I read about the roundhouse kick.
The roundhouse kick,
yeah. Which it was a hell of a kick, actually.
Yeah.
But I think the guy he kicked, he missed his mark, and he actually laid him out.
And and Lundgren kicked where he was meant to, and the guy took it fully in the face.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. I read the same thing.
Yeah.
I've got to say as well, which really surprised me for a movie of this calibre, when they put the bomb in the police station.
Oh, yeah.
The explosion is incredible.
It's pretty big, isn't it?
It's a real big explosion.
That's a sort of a die-hard, plaza explosion equivalent.
Yeah, and they go back again when the car, towards the end of the film, this is when the car blows up in the street.
Yeah.
And I think it's Ben that picks up the plasma gun.
Yes.
And they don't scrimp on the pyro at all. No. The effects are fantastic.
Yeah, for the time. Very good indeed. Very enjoyable. Yeah, no, I thought that as well. It was, I was surprised how much I enjoyed it, and even the soundtrack, Jan Hammer, isn't it? Miami Vice and all that.
Yeah, it captures that vibe.
It was date stamped with that.
It was,
and you just,
it's very of its time.
It very much takes you back. But
it very much captures that era.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the cast? Anybody stand out to you?
I mean, Lundgren's good. He's, like I say, it wasn't, in my opinion, his best showing, but you can forgive that because he's still good. He's better than, if you were to picture one of the other muscle action stars in that role, it would be probably a 1-star movie.
Yeah.
So in that respect, he's your standout.
He's the right man for the job, isn't he?
But I gotta say, everyone turned up.
Yeah,
everyone turned up. Ben, who I thought again, I when I was watching, I looked him up, and I thought he's not been in an awful lot on the silver screen, and I thought this guy is really scraping the barrel.
Will he go the distance?
But he really grew into the role. By the end, I thought he was great. I loved him.
Yeah.
I know you wanted to mention that Michael J. Pollard, who is a real nomadic actor.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, I was pleased to see him in. I know he didn't have a big role in it, and
he doesn't have a big role in anything.
No, he doesn't really. He's the films that I can remember him in from years ago. Hannibal Brooks with Oliver Reed with the elephant.
Crazy.
And he
story.
plays that sort of oddball kind of guy. He's got a particular look, but the one that really, it was his breakthrough. I think it was actually his. It might have been his first role, and I think he also got nominations for awards for this. Was Bonnie and Clyde, and
he is good in Bonnie and Clyde.
He's a scene stealer, I think, in that.
He is.
Much as they put in a good performance in the film, he's kind of got a magnetism that you when he's in a scene, you just want to see where he's going with it. Interestingly, he was also in an episode of Star Trek, original Star Trek, in '66. There's an episode where a load of kids give Kirk a hard time. It's called Miri, I believe it is, and he's the leader in that. And I suddenly thought, that's him, a very young version of him.
He's had a very long career, and he's got so many credits to his name. I don't think he ever probably featured in the top 4 or 5.
No, he's one of those actors.
In terms of cast listings,
it's him again.
But he's your go-to weird guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's exactly oddball sort of.
Just an oddball character actor.
Yeah.
And you watch these movies, and those guys pop up all
They
the
do.
time. He's
They
got
do.
such a unique look.
Yeah.
I thought the dialogue was actually really good.
Yeah.
The one-liners sometimes,
Yeah.
you've always got to have your classic. But I thought there was a few really good ones in here. Good banter between the two leads.
Yeah.
Didn't overcook the dialogue.
No.
No,
it sounded quite. It didn't sound forced, did it?
No.
It was kind of casual banter, chit chat. Two cops walking along, ribbing each other, and then there's that. The classic, what was it? I come in peace.
Yeah.
what was
And
this?
you leave in pieces.
I mean,
Yeah,
got to be done.
That final fight was good. I thought
Yeah,
it was really good. You've got to have, and I think this is obviously with the Punisher. This is one of the scenes that future casting directors will have looked at and
Yes.
gone, "That's our guy." When Dolph goes for the alien with a shotgun.
Yep.
That's sort of that is a little window into the future of Lundgren movies.
Yeah, very much so, and it works.
And that whole sequence is really good with him sort of pushing back on the little probe thing as it's about to stab him.
Oh yes,
and I think is it Ben that actually deals the final blow.
I think it is, yeah, and rightly so. He kind of makes his mark finally, and again, out of character, sort of, finishes him off, doesn't he? So, yeah, no, that was good. I mean, interestingly, we it was just another thing that I tied. We did we've done a review of a film called Avalanche, which was a
certainly
Roger
have.
Corman produced film, and interestingly, there's a film called Wild Angels in '66. Just going back to Michael Pollard, he's in that, and Roger Corman directs. Stars Peter Fonda, Nancy Sinatra, and Bruce Dern. So there is you see these people come through, again and again. It's interesting to see.
There's so much time with that. We'll go on to pairings a little bit earlier because there is a lot of stuff that this works with.
Yeah.
I'll give you mine straight away because I thought about it because this is good enough that it's almost tricky to pair because everything else will seem a little bit more one-dimensional. But I thought the first one I went to, obviously, the Terminator is
first on my list
is sort of number one.
Yep.
But I thought this would make a great pair with Men in Black
Oh wow! Okay, yeah, interesting.
because it's very much
The partner thing. you
the
mean?
partner thing, with the alien thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, the sort of hidden from the public
I
thing.
hadn't thought of that, but it does resonate, doesn't it? Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, it makes you wonder, actually. You know.
Well, yeah, like with a lot of this stuff, the ideas are there. You wonder how much influence they have on future stuff. But I thought that would make a great pairing. Both separate enough that they could be enjoyed without comparison, even watched back to back.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. And on that, I went for a different direction because I was thinking, it's futuristic, but this is modern. So I went with, if I was going to pair something up with it, I would have thought Kroll, which was...
I've not seen Kroll.
No, Kroll's a kind of a bit sword and sorcery, but again, it's a little bit different. It's just got that feel to it, same sort of time. And the other one is Johnny Mnemonic with Keanu Reeves. And you've got that high tech. There's also a spinning disc in that.
There is, and Jean-Claude Van Damme's in that, I think.
I believe he might be, but yeah, it's that's an interesting movie, and again, set in the future.
Is Van Damme in that, or is Lundgren in that?
Do you know? I don't know. I'd have to look into
it might be Lundgren that's in that as well,
Yeah, there's quite a few sort of strong characters in that.
That, again, very of this era.
Yeah,
with
early
the visuals.
Keanu Reeves. And
action Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, very much so. And it's got that sort of that feel about it of sort of future shock. But so those are what I had. Oh, and Time Cop was another one that I had on my list. Simply because you've got sort of Olympic class martial arts expert and law enforcement and a certain era. So you weave it all together, and it's another one out the stable.
It's weird because these movies just don't exist anymore.
No.
That huge market of
And they were everywhere.
I mean, this is sort of direct to video, but Time Cop is absolutely a theatrical release.
If you went into the video library, he said, showing his age, there was a wall of this stuff, and it was just another version of Terminator or whatever, a different guy in a different suit with a different mission, better weapons, and people loved it because it was like, give us another one of those. Bit like the whole sword and sorcery Conan stuff. It was very much give us more, do it again,
Yeah, and it's weird because you would have thought that the streaming era is tailor-made for this, right?
True, yeah.
One big star, okay, reasonable budget. The poster sells the picture, especially on streaming. People just click on it.
True. But do you think we've seen too much? I mean, people have got a short...
Well, maybe.
There's a short attention span now in terms of, I've seen all that. Give me something different. Look at the special effects market. It has to be so dramatic now.
Yeah, it's true.
It has to look so impressive to hold people's imagination. And if they've seen anything similar before, it's not good enough.
That's true. And I do think that people... I mean, this has become... I have no idea how it was received upon release. This has become a bit of a cult favourite.
Yeah, it's very well
and
thought of.
I do think that people like the time capsule it offers because it's location shot.
Yes.
The wardrobe, the soundtrack. It is like a portal.
Yes.
Back to that era, and I think people like that. Even younger people now like that sort of Y2K thing, like
especially with the theme tune as well.
The theme tune,
it just like I said, it's date stamped, and the look of it, the pool hall, the apartments, all the neon, all the music, the cars, the look of the city at night. It just. It just looks right and quite nostalgic, really.
It is.
People do love a bit of nostalgia.
And it works. It works from that, but it also still looks great because it's obviously shot on film and it's been uprated.
Yes, yeah, that's
true.
On
a VHS, this probably looks okay. On an HD stream, it looks brilliant.
On a big TV,
TV, it looks brilliant. Yeah, directed by a guy called Craig R. Baxley.
Oh right.
Who I have... The only thing he's done that I have heard of and I've not seen is a film called Stone Cold.
Oh, right.
Which I'm pretty sure is a Terminator ripoff, a direct Terminator ripoff, starring Brian Bosworth, who was an NFL player.
Right, okay.
And that's sort of, other than Dark Angel, which is absolutely the peak of his filmography.
Yeah.
That's the best thing he ever did. But I thought it's directed really well, this. I think it's shot well.
Yeah,
I think it's nicely edited.
Lighting's good.
It's
it's dark, but it's it's got a bit of a sparkle to it, and the way it's filmed as well. It's definitely an action movie. It's got that feel to it, the way it looks. So
yeah, I think the biggest compliment you can give it is, and we've both said it, you go in, you watch the first 10 minutes and you think, this is going to be a straight-to-video action film I've seen 100 times.
Exactly.
And it totally catches you out and goes in a different direction.
I hadn't seen it before, and I thought, where's this going? Because they're going to need something to lift this, otherwise it's an hour and a half of been here before, seen this, and I don't know if I'm going to actually, fall asleep. But then they just completely out of left field, whole new story. It's almost like they just decided to inject the whole story line with adrenaline and anything goes. Yeah. It's like, what else could we put in here? Okay, so let's do this, and then what happens?
Yeah, and they create a great world.
I agree.
Really, really good
entertaining.
world.
I was very much entertained by it.
Yeah, and, that's the biggest compliment you could give it, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we watch this stuff, and I recommend people to watch it just to see.
I would definitely
think.
recommend it if you like, action, thrillers, sci-fi. It ticks all of those boxes.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, you will. It's definitely a different riff on the action stuff, the DVD, straight to DVD stuff, or straight to VHS. It would have been then.
Yeah, it's back to a time when they were doing this sort of stuff differently, and that's good. It's good to see retro visit.
So the ratings are they're okay. They're probably a little bit below where I think both of us would have it. So you're on Letterboxd, you're a 3.1 out of 5.
Okay.
And on IMDb, you're a 6.1. So they're pretty much
6.1 on IMDb.
In the same place.
Yeah. Okay. What did you rate it?
I'm at 3.5.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the
out of 5.
Out of 5. Yeah, out of 5. The jump for me between 3.5 and 4 is probably the difference between this getting a full-scale studio-backed production and what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Yeah. It's as good as it can be for what it is.
Do you think it's because there are better, and you can draw comparisons with like the ultimate films of this kind, and it has to sit behind those?
I think it sits in a place where it can't be a masterpiece because it's having too much fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But equally, it's infinitely more watchable than a lot of stuff I'd maybe rate higher.
Yeah.
You know, and in that respect, I would absolutely watch it again next week.
It's not hard work, is it?
Oh no,
and it makes you smile, and it keeps you engaged. Yep. I gave it out of 10. I gave it 7.
So we're at the same.
So we're in the same sort of ballpark. But I thought that was a fair. I'd certainly watch it again. If somebody said, "Have you seen Dark Angel? Would you recommend it?" I'd say, yeah. If you like that sort of film and it's your bag, definitely you've got to get it in. You've got to get it in your watch list of things you've said you've seen, simply to see the quirky, crazy story.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that.
And Dolph, of course, who puts in a good performance.
Early Dolph.
Yeah, indeed.
So that was Dark Angel.
Yeah.
And like I say, we both watched on Amazon Prime. It is, as of recording, still available to Prime subscribers. So it is
good copy as well.
Good copy.
Yeah.
Good copy. It doesn't overstay its welcome at 90 minutes.
No.
And both of us would absolutely recommend it.
Yeah, you'll end it with a smile. You'll be glad you spent your time on it.
So, as always, thank you for listening, guys. If you enjoyed this, there are others available. And until next time.
Yeah, goodbye.
Goodbye indeed.